terms. So there's no x squared term, so we need a 0x squared. If you're missing 2 terms, you'll need 2 placeholders, okay? So we have to do...
Forgot, I need a whiteboard for this one.
Plus
Oh,
3x
Jack Pike's
to the
play.
third plus 0x squared plus 5x minus 1. So if we were missing both of these, we'd have to fill in 0x to the third, 0x squared, okay? Over here, I think you can get away with not filling in a placeholder, but it's still good to do. It'll help you keep things aligned unless you know just to make them aligned, okay? Remember, we always start with just this one. We only use that first term. So like in dividing, you would use the whole number here, but we're just gonna use this term, and we're gonna start with this one right here. So what do we multiply this by to get this? 2x squared. 2x squared, yeah. So I'm going to keep my columns lined up. So if this is the x squared column, I'm going to put the 2x squared above that. Just it keeps everything orderly and you kind of know where you're going and what you're doing. Then you multiply back down just like you would in normal long division. You're going to multiply everything by this. And the goal is that these should match. If these don't match, you didn't pick the right number for here. So if you multiply this and these are not the same, you did something wrong here. All right, then 2x squared times 3x. 6x to the third plus 4x squared. Then what's this step?
Subtract.
Change the sign, subtract,
Oh.
Yes. You're subtracting, which means...
We change what sign?
At all these signs. We're subtracting this whole thing.
Is Emily here?
Mm-mm.
We're subtracting
Everyone's looking for Emily.
this whole thing.
Oh, crap.
And then when you distribute the negative to everything, if you just want to go ahead, I usually on my paper, I just go ahead and change all of this. Just change it all. This is when it's good to be maybe working in pencil, or if you want to just scratch it out and write above it. I change all the sides. Subtract, that cancels. This is negative 3x to the third minus 4x squared. And bring down the 5x. I'm going kind of fast because we've done this already. Y'all following?
Mm-hmm.
No, give me a second here. I'm sorry.
It's okay. And then just like we would in normal multiplication. No, I'm not writing it.
Okay.
In normal division, we drop this down. Okay. And then we do the whole process.
After that.
All right.
No, I can
The next time.
Now we do this one. So same thing we did before. How we do it this term, we do it with this term. So what do we multiply this by to get this?
3x.
3x. Yeah, negative 3. Perfect. Yeah. Negative 3x.
And then you get positive 3x. Negative 9.
So then you get negative 3x to the third. When you start, these should be the same sign. They don't change until you subtract. And then negative times a negative, or positive, you get negative 9x squared.
Minus 6x.
Yes. Good.
And then you change the sign.
And yes, then we subtract, which means we're going to change everything.
Plus. Yeah. And now you get.
And those should always cancel.
5x squared plus 11x.
Yes.
Bring down minus 1.
Yes, perfect. Bring down this. Minus 1. Do it one more time. And do it with that line.
Okay.
You keep going until you can't anymore, until you're left with something that there's nothing you could multiply that by to get that. So 5? Yeah, just 5. So we can multiply, if we multiply this by 5, we would get this.
Plus 5.
And you can see we're to the end anyway. There's no more we can, right? So 5 times x squared would be 5x squared. 5 times 3x would be 15x.
Plus 2.
Yes.
But we have to change the sign.
A remainder of.
And then subtract. So subtract, and you can, if you want to scribble that, sometimes if I'm writing in pen, I'll just scribble that out and write that.
Is it negative 4x minus 11?
Negative 4x, yes.
Yes.
And then this is, what's this?
Remainder.
The remainder, good. So this is the remainder, and then what you do with the remainder is you add it on as like a little fraction, okay?
Oh.
So it's this divided by this, it's the last
Wait,
piece
what are the
we
little
couldn't-
things there with the?
This?
Yeah.
I was just showing you, sometimes when I write in pen, I'll just scribble this out and,
Oh, for the plus.
to change it, yeah, change
Where's
the
the
sign,
fraction?
if you can. So then we take the remainder, and we put it over, this is called the divisor, the thing we're dividing
Oh,
by.
no way.
X squared plus 3x plus 2.
That took so long.
And this is your answer.
Okay, good. You don't have to simplify it.
That is.
That's really
That would be
gross.
terrible.
Sometimes if you get 0 for the remainder, then
Wait
you're
a
just
minute.
done. Okay.
Could you then use that fraction, then divide it again, and then keep going?
Well, you can't because there's nothing that you can multiply this by to get this unless you start getting
No,
into
like with that. Yeah.
yeah, that's the last part you can't divide. Yes.
Okay, what happens if the denominator is a negative, like has a negative exponent, like negative x squared?
We won't have that because then it's
Okay.
not really a polynomial, and we're not going to work with. We don't have to work with those. So.
Okay.
Don't have to worry about that. Okay. If
Another one.
I feel like I need you to know how to do this a little bit, okay? I don't want to spend a ton of time on this one because we only use this a little bit, but like I said, quiz, test, there will be one you have to solve using long division. So you need to understand how to do it. Are you good with the steps? You also need to just know placeholders. You need placeholders. That's an option. Like if this first number here was an x squared and I was dividing by x squared, you'd probably just end up with just a number. All you would have for your answer would just be like 2 and then remainder, okay? So you can have lots of different things. I want to move on to the other, since we kind of lost today, to synthetic division, okay? This is long division. I want to show you synthetic division.
When are we gonna get our Pascal numbers?
Oh!
Because that's due on Monday, right, or Tuesday?
Yeah, let me do the synthetic division and see if I can pull it. I used to have like no, it's due the 31st.
What? Excuse me?
It's due like 2 weeks.
Yeah, you've got a lot.
Oh, deal. I
Yeah.
forgot all about that.
Let me, I do have a document that has lots of them in it that I've given out in the past, so if I can pull that up.
You gave
Are
me
we
the
busy
same
or
one
you
last
assigning
year.
it?
I sent it to you. Sometimes I let you all pick the card.
Just don't give me the hardest ones, please.
Sometimes I assign them based on ability too,
Okay,
so.
that's good.
Like if I think you need a challenge, I'll give you a hard one. Okay, that was long division. This is synthetic division, okay? Two different methods. Synthetic division is so much more fun, it's so much easier, but you can't always use it, so that's why we have to learn long division. And in your book, this is 5.3. If you forget the steps, it really does map them out for you in your book, like in red right here, it says what you do each time. So if you're doing your homework and you can't follow your notes even, come back and look at this. I think you could easily pull up a YouTube video on like how to do polynomial long division. Yes.
The page?
Oh, page 226.
Thank you.
Lesson 5.3. But again, like if you could probably Google anything, polynomial long division, and find a real easy.
Math way.
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay, synthetic division. This only works when dividing by binomials. Does anyone remember what a binomial is?
Yeah, something stupid.
A real answer? What does bi mean? Two. So a binomial is a polynomial. It's a polynomial with two terms. So only when dividing by a binomial, so it has to have only two terms. Binomials in the form of x minus k. So what that means is you can have some number here representing k, but the first term has to be just an x to the first power, okay?
X minus K or X through K?
X minus k.
Okay.
So it could be x minus 2. I mean, k could also be
Bless you.
negative. So, hi, yes. X plus 3.
Turn the camera.
Oh, really?
They're blocking the camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just came to realize that honors classes are a scam, so y'all chose correctly. I already know.
They're a scam.
Honors
Honors
English.
classes are a scam.
Because
We didn't choose them.
colleges really don't care. They also don't look because
No,
they
they
don't care.
they don't. Hey,
Dang it,
guess what?
chemistry.
I'm just
Yeah.
What
That,
you
that's
do
what
get-
made me realize.
Yeah.
You get a bump in your GPA.
I hate that.
No, it weighs heavier, which means if you do worse, it is worse.
Yeah, no,
No,
it's,
but
it's
you get an extra 5 points. Like instead of a 95, it's counted as a 100.
but
Doesn't
it
matter if
still
it's
weighs
77.
more, and so if you bomb the
Wait.
class,
I heard
Yeah,
it wasn't
well,
that
it's
much weight
probably worse.
for
What?
heavier.
Yeah, I'm recording. But not the old ones.
That's what I always thought it was like the extra points. When I heard someone say,
You
like,
can have a half if you want.
and
Can I have a half of one?
Yes, you
can
can
I have a half of one?
Brother! No! Can I have a
half of one?
That's the problem right there. No one knows how it works.
well, I'll just say, isn't that kind of what Miss Wrinkle
Can I
told
have
us
a
when we
kiss?
first like split?
Hey, Bella, you know who our best
My
friends
brother
is?
is great.
Alright, go away.
What is it?
Okay, so
Oh, yes.
it must
Like,
be
I can't
in
taste
this
You were
format. If you're dividing by something like this, the divisor has to be this.
Don't die.
You cannot have, so no, if you had x squared plus 2, x squared minus 5x minus 6 or something, it can't be x to the third plus 3, like,
What? Can it be? Wait, what?
it can't be, you can't use synthetic division if you're dividing by any of these things, okay? It has to look like
all of
this.
it.
Has to be just an x.
Okay.
Oh, or 2x minus 5.
So it
You
just has to
can't-
be an X.
Yeah, you cannot have a coefficient. You can only use synthetic division when you're dividing by that format.
You should put plus and minus just because that's
Wait,
what you do.
2x minus 5 doesn't
Plus or
work?
minus?
Wait, so 2x minus 5 would not work.
Can you want a donut?
I'm good.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Just,
You have to rinse off.
These are
Hey,
no.
give it-
Oh, good lord.
Okay. Let's show you how we do this.
This.
I was gonna say that. Alright.
Hey, how long is that homework you're assigned? 8 pages.
How long?
Uh-huh.
I don't think it's gonna be too bad.
what's it?
Yeah. It's very
30 problems.
It's just a
Dang.
mild.
Just
saw
a
this
cute
on here.
little 30 problem.
That's not funny.
We're gonna be at Dairy Palace. I'm gonna
I
realize
don't
we
think
have
the
this.
damage is going to be too bad. I mean, we put 3 guys at ground
Probably.
0 and none of them got hurt.
You can do that.
I just wanna say,
Yeah,
even if you
yes,
lose.
why can I do that?
Because it's the x minus k.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Excuse
Yes,
me,
and
Okay.
we
Miss
start
Brown.
back through cans.
Which means we must win, so Femin is happy. Yes.
Well, no, no.
Alright.
Even if you
Watch, hey, watch carefully. This process is totally different, but it flows really. Once you get it, it's real easy.
It's easier than the other one.
You're gonna draw this upside down
With the break.
thingy.
What
Okay.
Oh, I've seen this. I've seen
Do you
this.
remember?
I've seen this.
I love this.
How many lines is
I
this
love
take up?
this.
Is it supposed to take up 1 line or 2 lines?
One line.
1 line.
Oh, yeah, it has to be the one you're dividing by.
Okay.
I remember this. I love
Okay.
Saw this on a test.
Now, because this
Just
says
natural.
anytime you have,
There's other
listen,
things.
anytime you have a formula or anything like that with a minus sign in it, what does that mean about this number? Do you
It's
remember?
negative.
You change the sign, right?
What?
Wait, say that again, say that again.
Yes.
You
I did
have
not
to
remember
change
this.
the sign of this to know what K actually is. So this
Oh,
change,
so it's positive 3.
I can't
yes.
see.
So we are going to use positive 3 and we're gonna put it right here. That number.
Why do you gotta change the sign?
What?
I'm confused.
Because the formula is x minus k,
Yeah. So K is actually a positive.
and k is negative 3.
Okay,
So if you put a minus negative,
just a
it's
second
a
here, folks.
positive.
Just
The
a second.
minus is part of the formula.
Oh, I see that.
You
Alright,
just blew my mind.
so,
If it's x plus 3 is 3 negative.
yes.
Oh.
So
Flat.
now, we are going to list right here, leave space underneath, okay? We're gonna, yes, say it louder, the coefficients, yeah.
She said leave space underneath.
So-
Don't ever do that.
Hey,
David
David.
won the first one.
Yeah,
Jack, did your sister do
coefficients,
Hmm?
coefficients are all the numbers in front of the
No.
variables. if you're missing a term, you must put a 0. Which term are we missing?
4.
You can do this in the
No, false.
X.
X.
Just X.
Something X, perfect. So where there's the X to the first power, we would put a 0, okay? So I heard someone say this is -1, perfect.
That was small. Yeah.
Then this one is 4. So we have
Bless
X
you.
to the third, X squared, we don't have.
Wait, how many is the thing supposed to
Zero.
take up? 1 line or 2?
2, leave space here.
Oh.
Yeah,
But you don't put
I lied.
signs.
leave space here. Huh?
You don't put signs.
Well, if it's positive, you don't have to put a plus sign, but, and then a 0, cause there's no X, and then a 9.
This is
Okay.
garbage.
-1,409.
Now,
Legal.
what, the very first
Legal.
step, this is the most common thing I see people mess up, is they forget that the first step is to bring down the -1, okay? Bring down the -1, okay?
Ooh, all the way down.
Then,
Let's just miss all of our shots today.
Okay, okay.
No, but Kate, we can actually win this one.
multiply.
So -3.
But then all
3
we do
times
in practice is
-1
learn 10
is
more offenses
-3,
and
and
shoot.
we're gonna
Oh.
put
And
it,
you put it up there.
yeah,
It's like a little circle.
And then you
circle.
subtract.
Have we done this before?
yes, in algebra 1. we did this.
This
Oh,
is
hey.
negative 12.
Shut up.
Negative 12.
No, then you add,
Oh,
What? Yeah.
so it's 1,
This is trash.
and then you do it
Whoa,
again,
what?
Yeah.
and then you do it again.
You came up with
That's.
this.
Oh, you
Alright,
get
so-
0.
so just for a second,
Way to go.
so let's walk through it. You bring down the -1, this first one, you multiply this number times this, and you put it right here. Then you add the column, and we get 1.
Who on earth thought about doing it like this?
Then we do this process again, we do 3 times that,
So 3.
and we put it up here again. And like Kinley said, we get 3. And then again, you add the column. Yippee!
3, 9, 18.
Then you get 0.
So 9, 3 times 3 is 9. So
3
0.
times, careful, if
Oh,
3
wait,
times 3
18.
is 9,
18.
these aren't gonna cancel out.
So how do we set that?
So what does this mean?
What does this mean? I'll tell you.
What is this?
Alright. The last number right here, if you get a number, is the remainder. Okay?
Oh gosh.
What do I remember this from? I don't even know.
We did this in
One.
algebra
Oh,
1,
okay.
just, it was part of the dreaded chapter 7, I think.
That was so good.
Alright, your final answer. Let's see, where should I write this?
Wait,
Down
so
below.
Oh, is it -1?
Fill in x's to the power
You don't remember this?
1 less than what you
there.
started with.
So we're gonna start with the square.
Does that make sense?
So it would be-
And I ended with a preposition. Beautiful.
Wait, start with square.
So so if we started with x cubed and we divided by just x, your answer is always going to be 1 less x than what you started with.
So it's squared
So
x
squared.
and no.
So squared. Yeah, if this was a 4, we'd start with a 3. So we're going to put x squared
X
plus 1x plus 3. This is our remainder. What do we do with the remainder?
Put an R. Never mind. Put it over a fraction.
Put it over the divisor.
Which is x minus 3.
Yeah. So here, let's write and then we can write the answer nice and pretty. So that would just be -x squared plus x plus 3 plus 18 over x minus 3. And remember, when you run out of x's, you should have a constant term.
Love it.
So what if we make that homework that you talked about due on Thursday?
Or Friday.
That would be pushing our luck. But since we're
I say we
going